All righty. And we are live. Hey, everybody. Welcome. It is your favorite Power Team podcast. And y'all already know we are definitely in the building. So, if this is your first time rocking with us, we just want to say welcome. And we're so glad that you chose to be here with us because we already know that you could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be right here with us. And for you all that don't know us, we would like to go ahead and formally introduce ourselves. I go by the name of Kesha Kesh.
I'm your girl J Money.
I'm Robin.
And I'm your boy, Dr. Real, Mr. Motivational. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. All
Let's go.
right.
Let's go.
So, all right. Y'all already know we got a really, really good show lined up for you guys as usual. We have our great topics that we always get into. So we do want you guys to chime in. But y'all know we got to go ahead and address this. So the first thing that we would like to talk about, and look, I know we got us ladies on here. We're going to keep it 100. We're going to still give our insight, Dr. Real, but we're going to talk about this Halle Berry situation. For those of you that don't know, she was on child support. Well, she still is on child support. Let me be clear. She's on child support, and her child support payments got cut in half. So she was paying $16,000 a month, and now she pays $8,000. And this is to her ex-husband. She pays him now $8,000 a month. Now let's, be honest, because I already know what the fellas are saying. They're like, oh, because I've been reading about it. I've been hearing everybody talk about it. They're like, oh, so it's supposed to be different because she's a woman, like what's the difference? If it was a man in the situation, y'all wouldn't feel like that. And I honestly have my own intake on it. But I do want to hear from you guys too. But let me just say this. You would be shocked. Well, you know what? You wouldn't be shocked because at the end of the day, I think it's still to his favor. They actually came to a mutual agreement. It's not that this was something that she just got ordered by the judge. Him and her came to an agreement, and this is how the payments actually got cut in half. Now, I will say this. In this same agreement, she did agree to pay him $85,000 as an agreement as well, a part of the deal. So he was okay with accepting the $85,000 and the monthly payments of the $8,000 per month. And in addition to that, she's going to continue to pay for her daughter to go to the private school or wherever that she's going to. And I think it's probably about $5,000 a month, something like that. So, with that being said, what y'all got? What's y'all's thoughts?
Y'all mind if I go first?
Go ahead, Dr. Real.
Please, Dr. Real.
By all means.
Since I've seen this on the topic, I've just been thinking about it. And I've read up on it a little bit. And what Halle Berry said on Instagram sums up what a lot of men has been feeling for years, that the child support system is broken.
Absolutely.
Now, when you sit back and say a celebrity's kid might need $16,000 a month, I still scratch my face on that one because that's a full-time person's salary for a year in some places.
Preach.
Now, come on. But then again, I don't know if they have security for the kid. I don't really know their life, but that's still a lot of money for anyone to dish out per month. For me, that's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, what she said in her quote is, I'm going to kind of paraphrase it. She was saying both parties should be adding financially to the child. They both should be working hard to try to provide. Why is it one versus the other? And I'm like, yeah, we've been saying that since the 70s when they been on this child support stuff. So I'm like, I'm glad she got it in half. Some of the stuff I've been hearing these celebrities be wanting is out of control. This man worth $4.5 million by himself. Halle Berry ain't really popping in roles like that no more. You know what I'm saying?
No, she didn't even know nothing.
Oh, I got some more to add to that, but I'm gonna go last. I'm gonna let y'all get your stuff out because I got another question, Dr. Real. You're gonna have to help me feel it because I'm sorry. Go ahead. Next. Anybody else? Y'all
But
continue.
I feel like they are hitting her in the head with the whole child support. That's a lot. I feel like that. But it's so many men out here getting hit in the head too with a lot. And it's like they're still paying child support on stuff that they on a job they used to have. Like they had to go through the whole court system, say, hey, I don't work there no more. I don't make that much money anymore. But no one when it's a woman, everybody like, oh, she shouldn't be paying that. She shouldn't be doing that. Well, why do we have your child in the first place? That's one question. And in second place, why is it that just because she's a woman, it shouldn't be that? But when it comes to a man, now he needs to pay that. If I got $60,000, he needs to pay $80,000. Why?
You shouldn't have to support that adult's lifestyle. If
Absolutely.
you know what I'm
That's what's
saying,
happening.
if me and you married and we got that money like that, and then we separate and we go our separate ways, we decided, and you was the one popping the money, I got to go back to living kind of like I
Absolutely.
was before I met you. At the end of the day, I mean, you shouldn't have a
Agreed.
financial adult's lifestyle, and that happens way
I
too
think
much.
it's the state, and I also think it's the state that they're in.
Hmm.
Family law states are different
That's
in each state,
That's a good one.
so where they are makes a huge difference.
Hmm.
As far as how much
that
she's
makes
paying,
sense.
regardless of her being a celebrity, I think it's just where she is, the state that she's in as well. Because if it's
Hmm.
That
California,
makes sense.
California family law is off the chain. So,
Oh yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
it's over there.
but
Wow.
yeah, excessive, excessive.
What's
Yes,
that?
and
Mm.
Gina, watch who you procreate with. Amen.
That's right. That's right. Amen.
Oh,
Amen.
But you know what? I want to say that to say this. And I want to speak to the men that's out there watching as well, because again, it puts us women in this situation where you guys pretty much say that you don't want us in. You know, you guys continue to preach about us being in touch with our feminine side. Well, Halle Berry is now with someone else. Halle Berry now has a child also in that home with someone else. And as a man, I mean, how would you feel to look at, and I'm talking men versus women at this point, because no, I agree. Child support is child support. You know, what's fair is fair and what's not is not. But for a man to watch, typically, pretty much, his wife have to take care of another man, because that's really what she's doing. Your wife is taking care of another household and providing for things that we may feel that this man probably can't afford. But however, because he won, because she makes over 9 point something, what is it, something million per year. And
Wow.
also in that I read that if she goes over that amount, they have to go back to court. Like she can't even go over, she can't even live to her highest potential because of who
That's
she
so
is, unless
crazy.
she's going to have to go back to court, and then she's going to have to pay some additional fees. And they've made an agreement with this. But, you know, I'm just saying, you know, we talk about femininity, us women being in touch with our feminine side. How does a man feel to watch his woman provide for another grown man that's in a household? Like, is there a difference there? Or is it just like, nah, babe, I mean, you make good money, do your thing. Like, as
But
a man, how you feel
but
about that?
most of the men that she dated are millionaires though.
Well, I
Most of
ain't talking to them though. I'm talking to the ones that's here.
Oh,
I,
these
Like
I,
I'm
men.
saying,
Oh,
I mean,
I would imagine they will feel the same way you will feel.
you talking about these
You
men?
know,
Okay.
and it
I'm
will
talking
be
about these men. You know what I'm saying? Because these are the ones that's talking about it, not them, because they
Yeah.
already got
Right.
a, you know, they got a game plan together. I'm saying these men that I see on social media on a consistent basis talking about how women have lost their feminine side and feminine touch, and we shouldn't have a voice and we shouldn't do this. But you got you a successful woman and she's paying $8,000 to another man household. Like, how you feel about that? Like, how does she supposed to feel feminine, and she's feeling like she's a boss? I guess she's taking care of another man's household.
like I said,
Like,
but
how does it?
just as a human, you're gonna feel no different than how you're gonna feel a certain type of way about it. I'm sure. But what can you
Yeah,
do?
What can
You
yeah,
you
know,
do?
and
Because
and
at the same time, I be like, why is your child over there with him?
well, I think that also, in addition to that, like I didn't get that part of it. I need to look at that, but I pretty much would feel that it's because of her traveling and things that she do is totally different from what he does. So maybe they feel that he's more stable at home type, I guess, hands on. Because I think he was a model.
Yeah.
Not downplaying models, but I think he was like a model.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a situation too of I kind of feel like it's one of those things where when we're talking about the norm, the people that's here, we're talking about people that's upset about paying maybe $200 a month or $250 a month or $50 a month or 100, and they're having a pity party about it, saying they shouldn't be on child support. Like, I think that is the difference. Like you were mentioning too, Dr. Real. I mean, like, I know they make a lot of money, but again, sometimes that's even too much. But I think we kind of get it a little bit twisted when we have either, whether it's a man or a woman, if you're the custodial parent and that other parent is paying you about $200 a month, I mean, it's kind of like, wow, like, what do I supposed to do with it? I mean, I know what to do with it, but really, like, what else can I do with it? It's a different kind of figure.
No, I feel what you're saying. That's why I said you're gonna feel, to me, the same way. Like that's on two different spectrums. You talk about broke boy ain't got no bread, or he may have money, but he just don't give a damn. He's not responsible. We ain't talking about the bums. We're not talking about them. We're talking more about the people who got it but don't want to give it, or the people who got it and they getting got. And in this case, I just don't see it. It's so different than the alimony when these people be asking for, like, Dr. Dre wife wanted $1 billion. Like, are you for real right now? Like, come on. Like, be serious. Yeah. Like, it's not even a real request. Just on the real.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Take your piece.
It's crazy.
For a kid, do what's right, but don't take advantage. Like I said, she should be supporting a grown man's lifestyle. You might have to take it down a couple tickets. You might not can't have filet mignon for breakfast every day no more, bruh. You might have to step that down.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not living that life anymore.
Yeah.
I definitely agree.
That's crazy.
Because I'm like, why? What are you paying for? Because a child doesn't need that much in a month. A child doesn't need that much.
Mortgage,
so you go,
well, the more like Robin was saying,
and you gotta now she gotta pay for his house. Oh.
Yeah, and I think it's like Robin saying too, probably the area. I could only imagine what the mortgage is,
Absolutely.
or and we're talking about the private school and all this stuff
right now. You might get Liberty Hills right now, bro. You might have to step down a couple tiers.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I really appreciate y'all chiming in about that, because what I saw at first was her, like Dr. Real is saying, I seen her talking about it on Instagram. And when I seen her talking about it on Instagram, it was more of her venting about how it wasn't fair. And then after that, that's when just recently the other day, I saw her, like it got cut in half. So I was like, wow, it's something that I felt that it's kind of, it was a hot topic. I kind of wanted to bring it up, but thank y'all so much for chiming in with us about that. We do have another topic that we're going to get into, and that topic will come from you, Robin. What do you got for us tonight?
Hello. All right. Well, my topic is about who's holding you accountable. I am a firm believer of community and having a community and having a circle. I know a lot of folks today that are going through stuff by themselves and choosing to go through stuff by themselves. And more people will kind of get through life if they had somebody to kind of hold them accountable. And I came across this article about who's in your circle, and so that kind of ties in with this. So it says 5 people you need in your circle: someone who will challenge you in ways that make you think and introduce you to new ideas and things. The other one is someone who knows the real you and will always have your back. Someone will help you open doors and connections for you. someone who can
Mm-hmm.
confront you, correct you, and call you out,
Mhm.
and someone who has money, knows money, and is willing to teach you how it works and how to be better
Okay,
with your
okay.
money. So I just saw that and I was like,
Man, that's a great circle.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And
Solid.
so I have my circle that kind of keep me accountable, and I got somebody in each bracket. And so I want to
That's
ask you all, what does your circle look like? Do you have somebody that's gonna
mm,
call you out on your stuff? Be like,
mm,
hey, Dr. Real. I know your first name is not Dr. Real, but hey, Dr. Real. Hey, you said you was gonna lose 10 pounds at the end of the month, and I'm over here seeing you with a Big Mac or
Mhm.
whatever. Someone that's gonna
mm-hmm,
call you out, and it's gonna be in a respectable
mm-hmm.
manner.
Yeah.
But same thing with your money. You say, hey, I want to save $1,000 by May, and you over here at Nordstrom's wilding out. You know, so just everybody
Mm-hmm.
needs a
Yep.
circle. Um,
Yep.
Last year alone with COVID, I saw so much studies on anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
depression, people wanting to commit suicide, all kind of crazy stuff.
Mhm.
And the funny part is, folks will deal with it alone versus having
Mm-hmm.
some type of circle. So that's
Mm-hmm.
that's what I mean about your circle and who's holding you accountable. And everybody needs somebody to hold them accountable, even if you're a loner or into yourself. So,
Mhm.
I definitely
so
agree. I definitely
yeah.
agree.
I do.
I
Um,
agree.
Me personally, I think that everything that you mentioned, I have that is just more in one person may hold me to one person, maybe two of those things
Right.
versus me
Same here.
having five people. You
Three.
know what I'm saying? So I don't think I have five people, but I do have people that I feel takes on one of those different roles that hold me there.
Mm-hmm.
I think for the most part, when it comes to accountability, I think I'm the one that kind of holds everybody accountable. I'm like that
Me
that
too.
one that will call you out on BS, get in your face about it. Don't care if you're mad at me about it. Talk to you,
Mm-hmm.
buy you something, buy you a gift, laugh at you later, and be like, "Girl, you'll be okay." And that's just really who I am. But I agree with you 100% because even when you have a person like that of me, people look at me as a really strong person. Strong, you got to still check on your strong friends
You sure
Absolutely.
because
do.
we give
Absolutely.
so much energy and we give so much of ourselves to other people where it takes a big chunk out of us too. But
Mm-hmm.
those
Mhm.
examples that you gave, man, that is the circle that everybody needs because
Everybody.
Everybody needs. Yeah.
you begin to be, I picture it being in a ring and you can't get out. If you in a ring or you in the middle somewhere and you got all these loose people around you and everybody just gonna let you be you and they step to the side, that ain't what I want. Like your whole
No,
world is gonna fall apart
no.
Yeah.
because you need driven people around you, and you, like you say, you need people that actually
Absolutely.
understand and they know things and you get educated on things. Like I'm a learner, I love to learn,
Mm-hmm.
and if I'm not around people that's going to show me something new or that's going to introduce me to something or challenge me, I'm going to get bored really quick
Really
and I'm
quick.
going to find
I agree.
myself doing something else. Like,
And I
I
need somebody that's
definitely
gonna show
agree.
me. I need somebody that's gonna call me out. So if they see that I'm kind of not myself, I need somebody to pick up on that and be like,
Mhm.
"Okay,
And
Brian,
and,
you're not your
and
normal
with
shipper self. What's going on? I need you to be able to
mm,
see that." Now, if you're just sitting around
absolutely.
and I'm over here depressed, I had a friend who was depressed for 7 years and was
Mm,
functioning. Didn't
mm.
tell
Yeah.
nobody she had a miscarriage, and I was like, "Oh my god!" But it was like she'd still been depressed with it all that time. But she's one of the strong ones and didn't tell
And
nobody.
right.
I was like, girl,
and
you don't go through
and
that by yourself.
I agree with Kesha. To piggyback what Kesha said. I'm the ones who hold everybody else accountable. So when it comes to me, the only person that holds me accountable is my daughter. And you know why? Because I'm a reflection of her. So when
Mm.
she sees me, she holds me accountable to, Mom, you said you was working out this week. What we doing? I said, come on, let's go. Cause I'm showing her a strong woman. I'm showing her how things should go. And when I'm not doing something, she brings it to my attention. Mom, we supposed to be saving $100 a week to, $20 a week or whatever to add up at the end of the year. And I said, well, I haven't done it. She said, well, what's going on? And most people probably look at it like, that's your daughter. You supposed to be teaching her, but what's wrong with her teaching me? So she's my accountability partner when it comes to working out, as far as my financial, as far as my mental state. Because sometimes I check out, and she said, "Mom, what you doing? I need you to check back in because I see you don't checked out." And so I have one person with all five of those characters, as you said, which is my daughter. And somebody might say, well, you're the mother. What you mean she your accountability partner? She tell you what it is. It's because her mindset is different than mine, and she see things that I don't see. And I love the fact that she holds me accountable.
For me,
Wow.
it's the relationship we have with the word. Everybody looks at
That's
accountability
true.
sometimes as a negative thing. And if we like that, if we're in a circle, my circle's super tight. So if we're in a circle, we should be able to talk to each other constructively.
Absolutely.
Not trying to tear you down, but tell you the truth. You either a motivator or a detractor. You either gonna hold
Yes.
me up or you gonna hold me down. Which one you gonna do?
That's right.
What you
And
gonna
That's
there's
do?
right.
no gray
What
area
you gonna
between
do?
that.
What
So
you
if
gonna do?
that's your circle, be your circle. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be able to accept accountability, not look at it as always a bad thing. Because most time you hear that word as a manager going to an employee, I'm gonna hold you accountable. A lot of times with a negative connotation versus
They
positive.
do. Hmm.
You said
Right.
you're gonna do X, Y, Z. I'm
That is
just saying, make sure you
so
do
true.
Yeah.
it.
And then when
There's
you
no
hold
way around
somebody,
that.
when you hold your friends accountable, if you're not a good friend if you can't go to that person and tell them the truth. I love you to
Right.
death, but you was dead ass wrong. You was dead ass wrong. I'm telling you why you're dead ass wrong. You might not seen it, so let me tell you what I saw. You're dead ass wrong. But as a friend, if I can't say I'm your friend, if I can't tell you the truth, and that truth is coming from the heart and from a special place, that I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm not. So I'm that accountability partner. You said you was gonna work out, girl. You ain't worked out a month from
They done
Sunday. What you doing?
over here Sonic.
What you doing?
Mhm.
Every time I see you at McDonald's or Wendy's, what's going on? And I'm not gonna
It's
sugarcoat
true.
that. Well, girl, it's okay. You can work out next week. No. What you waiting on?
And they'll
What
respect you
what you
more once
doing?
you tell them up front. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that's me.
Yeah.
I respect you a lot more if you telling me
Hmm.
to my face versus saying it behind my back. Then I find
Hmm.
out another way.
That's the worst thing
Absolutely.
But you
about
know
it.
what? I think something you touched on too, Robin, was really, really important because and it goes with, knowing when something is wrong.
Hmm.
If you have a close relationship with somebody and you consider this person to be close to you or your friend, you definitely need to identify when something is wrong. Because if you can't, I mean, who can? Like
Absolutely.
you should be able to recognize if I'm off today. Like if I'm looking a
Yeah.
Absolutely.
little, like, knowing me, there should be some type of connection that you have with me to know that even if everybody else think I'm good, deep down inside, nah, she not good.
Yeah.
Like you got to
Yeah.
know this. Those are the people that I want around me.
Me too.
You got to have, and it comes natural when you are
Hmm.
closely connected with people. That's just what you get. And anybody else that's around, sometimes you got to try to figure out what are they around for. Like, are you here to drain energy, give some energy, help the situation, hurt the situation? Like, what are you here for?
Just taking up
And
space.
taking up space, because I need the right people in my space.
Hmm.
So
Absolutely.
And
it's
they'll phase
good.
themselves out. And whoever they are, they'll phase themselves out. You don't
That's
have
right.
to.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
that's so true, Kesha, because you can know if you've been around somebody and you truly care about that person, they can have an off day and I say, "What's wrong with you?" Nothing's wrong with me.
Right.
No, something about you ain't right.
But,
And
but
and and believe it or not, Kesha is a pro at that.
So let me ask you this. Is that because you have shared some kind of vulnerability with that person that you feel that connection? Because you don't
Do
have
you
that
have to do what?
vulnerability with that person. How's that possible? Just
Hmm.
asking.
If you don't have what?
The vulnerability, like when you've been vulnerable with that person, there to me you have a bigger connection. When I know you've been your raw emotion, we've had them kind of conversations.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I honestly don't think that it's more so of that. I think it's more so again about, like you say, you watch the body language of somebody. You begin to learn people. I know this is gonna sound a little bit off, and I don't want to, gross nobody out, but to be honest with you, it's just like with women. When women begin to be around each other a lot, their cycles start to form together.
Same
We
time.
begin to have the same cycle, and we become in
Yes.
sync with each other.
We get in
Now,
sync.
once that
Sorry, Dr.
happens,
Real.
it's up to you. So to me, it's the same, because again, you are allowing these people to come around you and form a circle. Now, once this begins to happen and we all sync together and become, close,
You gonna
then you
know.
determine, are you going to stay in my circle for one? And if I'm obviously continuing to have you around, I think you begin to learn and pick up on stuff.
You do.
Yeah,
You know what
even
I'm saying? And I know,
even if
I
you
know
call
y'all
them
may
up
think
just to
it's
say
crazy.
hello,
Yes.
Anything,
even if you can't say hello,
anybody, and I
Anything.
know, I know, I know, Robin, this is, you're new at coming in with us, but I'm just being real. With Dr. Real, even when Passion was here, J Money, King Leo, I can always tell if they were off of, if something was different about them. I still can tell. I know their personalities. I can tell if they're having a good day, even if they say they are. I can tell if they're in deep thought. I can tell if something is going on. And it's because of my connection, just being around them. You learn your people. You know,
Absolutely.
you just know. And I'm be honest, I always know.
No,
I
I feel
know.
like Kesha has a sixth sense.
I might. I'll take it, even
Does.
if I do. But I'll just say I pay attention, and
Right.
it's important to me
yeah.
because I need to know. I really need to know. But
Mm-hmm.
I think this was
That was
really, really
that was a good topic.
something good to bring
Mm-hmm.
up, Robin. Not only that, during COVID and all this stuff that's going on, like you say,
I love
sometimes
it.
people are hiding stuff. They're not really telling you stuff. They're not
Mm-mm.
just being
No.
100%
Mm-mm.
honest. Keep those
Mm-mm.
close people around you, that you do trust, that can recognize, when something is wrong. And,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
it's important. It's just important to have that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, girl, you done got
Absolutely.
me all wrapped up into
Yeah,
that
that was a
topic. Y'all
good.
know
That was
how I
a
You
get.
good
know,
topic, honey. That was a good topic.
had to have you thinking a little bit. Okay.
Yes,
It have you
honey.
What I'm talking
thinking.
about. How's that brain?
Yeah, it have you thinking. Okay, cool. So we do got another topic that we're going to get into. So we will move right along. And we got your girl J Money. So what we gonna be talking about, J Money?
So we're talking about a lifeless marriage.
Mm,
Let's talk about that.
Mhm.
When I say lifeless means there's no life. So you can't even give CPR to it. It's over.
Mm,
really?
It's
It's dead?
over. It's
and that.
dead.
Oh,
It's dead. There's you can't even give CPR to this marriage. Let's talk about these type of marriages where one of y'all have already checked out. When I say checked out, is we're going through the motions. I'm coming home, you're coming home. Let's talk about the kids, let's talk about that. But that's it. That's all. But why? Somebody is I'm big on communication. Like, hey, let's talk about it. Let's sit down and talk about it. But it got to be a willingness between both parties to want to sit down and talk about it. If somebody's already checked out, they don't want to talk about it. They don't even want to bring the subject up, or why you not talking to me, or why we're not doing anything. They just want to let it go. That's why I said a lifeless marriage. It's so many people. I can't say for the majority, but according to Google, when I Google, it's a 65% of people of 2021 are in a lifeless marriage. That's a high percentage. That means they're either in it for the kids, they don't want to, they're in it for financial reasons because they're scared to go on their own, or they're in it because they feel like I don't got comfortable. I might as well stay where I'm at. But why? Because to me, you're sitting up here in a relation, in a marriage that you're not even happy in. Let it go. It's a lot of times that people feel like that I need to stay with them just because. Just because what? There shouldn't be a just because. It should be I'm with this person because I love them. I want to. We built a foundation together. We enjoying life together. No, I'm only with him because of what? because I don't want to leave, break up and my kids don't have a father. If he was a good father at home, he should be a good father if y'all not together. I'm just saying. If he wasn't a
Do you
father at
think?
home, he's not going to be a father when y'all not together. So what's the difference?
Well, do you think that it's more so about it's kind of like that accountability circle we was just talking about, like is it easier to walk away versus being around someone that can give you some hopeful advice or someone to look up to say, dang, you know what? I would like for my marriage to be like that. Like, is there not enough examples out there? Because again, I
Mm-hmm.
know you're saying the lifeless marriage is dead. There's like nothing else you can do with it.
And
But
use CPR.
did we notice that it was dying? Did we?
And
Did we? Some
absolutely.
point, at some point, we had to know that it was dying.
So
So,
there's going to be signs that your marriage is over before it's over. I need to let you know that there are signs that your marriage is over before it's over. Before you sign on the dotted line that there's I want a divorce, or before you say the words I want a divorce, there's going to be signs that it was already over. But you're just going through the motions. But why? Why are you just going through the motions? Because you're, like I stated, because you're comfortable, because of the kids, because of financial reasons. I have lady friends who tell me the reason why I haven't left him because I know I can't afford things on my own. So you're with him for financial reasons. And I have somebody I know that been in a marriage for 12 years. The last 2 years, her and her husband have not slept together nor had sex together in the last
Wow.
2 years. What are you doing? She say, I'm there for the kids. I don't want my
Y'all
kids
over
to
there
be
being
without their father.
roommates.
I said, that's what I said. To me, that's your roommate.
Y'all over
Y'all
there miserable.
roommate together. That means you can date and
Yeah,
he can
man.
date because y'all not in no marriage. So
well, Carlos
it's so
Johnson said a lot of these marriages. Oh, we have the comment up here. A lot of these marriages are dead before they even start. To be
and that's
honest,
true.
I
Wow.
was
And
going to have him elaborate
I
on that.
agree, Carlos. I
Elaborate on
agree.
that.
I agree.
Winner said that they're roommates.
Absolutely.
So
They are.
even if people here
They
in the
are.
audience, you see
They
how
are.
quickly everybody is able to identify the things that happened before the marriage. Like, why are we even
Absolutely.
okay with that? So it goes to the whole point of what you're saying. Yeah, it's lifeless, but let's talk about how it even started
But
because everybody's intentions are not the same.
no, and it's like you so like I said, it was over before it was over. So it's like you already came in this with the wrong intentions, like, oh, okay, I got a husband, he's gonna provide for us, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that. But at the same time, what happened to the love, the honesty, the trust, the commitment, all the other stuff that comes with that? And you're saying, oh, it's the financial thing and whatever. But when I say it's over before it's over, no one can tell me before they got a divorce that they didn't see signs that it was leading up to that. You cannot tell me that. You cannot tell me, oh,
Conversations
yes,
probably
you can't
happened.
tell me like, oh, I don't understand why she wants a divorce. Why? You know why? Because of the things that has transpired prior to now. I don't understand why he want a divorce. Because you know why? Because of things that transpired. It's like, okay, I would just ignore it and just go on. But you knew it was leading up to that. Like at any day, one of us gonna say, let's let it be over. One of us gonna say it. So let it happen. But my thing is, before you get to a lifeless marriage, sit down, have that conversation. Like, babe, what is it? What's going on that we're not connecting like this? Like when we first dated or when we first got together. And y'all know I said this on previous podcasts. I'm big on dating your spouse over and over and over to remind them why they fell in love with you in the first place. I would date you every Friday, every Saturday, just to show you that I'm not getting comfortable in our situation. I'm showing you I will love you over and over and over again. So until you understand that I'm the person that's for you. But if you're in a lifeless marriage, who's dating who? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing to find that connection that y'all lost? What are y'all doing? So somebody say, oh well, he ain't doing this, so I might as well forget about it. No, if he doesn't do it, why you can't be the woman to say, baby, let me grab you and let me talk to you. What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us? Is it fixable? Is it not? Come on, let's let it go. But if it's fixable, what can I do to fix it? We don't, as women, you don't always have to wait for the man to come to you to try to fix something. I know they're the man. They supposed to be the provider. They supposed to be the alpha. They supposed to be everything. But at sometimes as women, we have to grab our men and say, baby, what's wrong? What's wrong? Sit down. Let's talk about it. Because I see we're disconnecting. And before I let us go all the way apart, let me see what I can do to put us back together. But I know so many women mindset, he the man. He's supposed to come to me. He's supposed to ask me what's wrong. No, it don't always got to be like that. Sometimes as women, we got to sit back and put our pride to the side and say, baby, what's wrong? Let's talk about it. Let's try to fix this. And if it's not fixable, then what's the next step for us to go ahead and just call it quit? Because we already done did everything we can to fix it. But it's so many women being honest to say, no, I'm gonna sit back and wait on him to come to me. If he doesn't come to me and ask me what's wrong, we ain't gonna talk about it. That's an arrogant perception of how a marriage is supposed to be. Because it's two ways. If a man come to you, you definitely can go to that man.
I mean,
Um,
go ahead.
go ahead. Oh no, go ahead, Dr. Rilla. I'm just looking at
Okay,
the comments.
J Money, that's why they say love is the leading cause of blindness.
Absolutely.
Because when you in love with somebody, and I'm talking about when you gave them, everything, your heart, mind, which is a powerful thing to give somebody, is your heart and mind. Like I said many times before, in my opinion, you shouldn't have no more love than 3 like that. Anything more than that, something wrong. And 3 is pushing it. You give somebody your heart and mind, they control you. So you're still invested when that part's there. But once your heart might be around, once your mind is on the other side of town, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
You know what I'm saying your heart be the last there, but your mind be the first to go.
It's a wrap.
When your mind gone, your heart keep you there and remind you of the good times and remind you of what was good and gives you a whole little time, and then you start realizing, wait a minute, this ain't what it is no more. People change. And if y'all not changing in the same direction, there's your problem, or one of the problems.
It is. I agree 1,000%. That statement, Dr. Real.
Even with J Money, because I know I continue to hear you say like don't stop dating, but I think boundaries. I think certain things have to be understood from the beginning so that you are already comfortable with knowing what your setup look like. And I'm not trying to say that things need to be staged, but everybody personality type is different. Just because a person may want to go sit on the other side of the house doesn't mean they're ready to divorce. It could just be that that's their personality. That's how they deal with stuff. Or, it's still about making sure that you know each other, getting to know each other. So even if you're the type to say, well, dating that's so cliche, like we got to go out all the time. It ain't even about that. It's really about having that sit down time. Well, I'm saying I just feel that if people have things structured a certain way, you will always know at some time we're going to come back full circle and it doesn't look forced. If we already established in our marriage on Wednesday nights, even if that's not date night, Wednesday night is us, me and you time, meaning that we sit down, we watch TV together or whatever, quality time night. I'll just say that. That gives that person that sense of knowing, you know what, I ain't ready to talk right now, but I know every Wednesday is quality time night, whatever. So I'm going to talk about it then. Then there's no pressure. But I think now it's just people don't like to communicate. People don't like to have things set up a certain kind of way. And people are so comfortable with what everybody else is doing, it doesn't look abnormal to them. Like, remember how it used to be back in the day? Like, when you're going through a divorce or you're going through something, you remember how you whisper this? You going in there like, girl, you doing what now?
Yeah.
But now, oh yeah, I'm getting divorced. Everybody, me too, girl, me too.
Social media has done it. Social media has done it.
It's cool.
Social media has done it.
It used to not be cool. It even takes social media out of it. Even if you were sitting at work or if you were sitting, at some type of event and you talking to your homegirl and it's like, y'all doing what? You will whisper it. Getting a divorce. Like you don't even want nobody to know. But now,
what's drugs?
Well, the reason why I said social media because as of this day and age, social media have opened up so many people to share stuff that they would normally share to the world. They wouldn't share it to the next person, but they're sharing it to the world. So now it's okay for me to tell the world that I'm getting divorced because social media has put everybody with this open space to say, I'm gonna tell you everything that's going on in my life, regardless. But back in the day, people wouldn't even tell you if they stumped their feet back in the day. Like that's not your business. I'm not gonna tell you. But everybody put their business on social media now. So I say everything, Dr. Real. So that's why I said, okay, I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna get a divorce. Oh well, let the world know. But back, like you said, they would whisper it because back then nobody would even know if you had a hangnail. I'm like, let me just be quiet. But social media, oh, today I had a hangnail. What are you guys doing? Well, who needs to know that? That's
so
what I'm
crazy.
just saying. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Social media has done it to us, like made us so public. Like people don't understand. I put a meme on my page the other day. You would laugh your ass out trying to figure out me trying to base on what I post on social media. Cause I never put my personal life on social media. Never. Cause that's my business. That's not your business. What are you gonna do? Are you a counselor? You're a pastor? What you gonna do? Oh, girl, I wouldn't have done that. Well, you a lie because you probably doing it right now. Stop. Stop. I wouldn't have taken that from him. Honey, I would have left him. Girl, you should have left yours 10 years ago. And you still with him. So stop. I don't put none of my business on social media. I talk about other people's stuff on social media.
You touched on something, J Money. You was talking about at the beginning about the female going to have a conversation with a husband about whatever. Now, what happens when you've had all the conversations known to man? It's like beating a dead horse, and you had all those conversations. So by then, that person already know. They know A, B, C, D, E, F, G wouldn't happen. Y'all can go and do all the counseling, all the conferences. You can go do everything, and nothing's changed. And there are folks that are still sitting there, and you know what? They just give up, and they'll just be in the marriage, like you said, for whatever reason.
Say they'll be in a lifeless marriage. Say it, go on, say it. Lifeless. It's dead.
Lifeless.
It's dead. Like it's over. You don't talk to this man. We don't, baby. I don't sit down and talk to you. We don't, and we can't come to no compromise. We can't come to no conclusion. It's over. But why are you staying there? That's why I go back and say, what is it? What is causing you to stay there? Because you're gonna go on the next 20, 30 years unhappy. You're gonna look up and say, damn, I'm 60 and I'm unhappy. I'm not gonna do that.
Action happen. Yep.
Absolutely. And you don't talk to your husband, you set him down and talk to him, and he's still saying what he's saying. He's stuck in his ways, and you're stuck in your ways. Who's compromising? Where is the compromise? Where's somebody meeting each other in the middle? So that means it's dead. You can't get CPR for this time. Let it go, because now y'all y'all just going through the motions. That's it.
Yeah.
Most of the time, that's the point. Anytime there's two people involved and there's one person not trying to give anything,
they don't check that out.
You want it to be like that. You want that person to know that I have no more in me. I'm not going to try, and it's over. And I mean, we just got to get to the point of making sure, like what everybody has been saying on this, the comment sections here, even what we've been saying. We got to first off establish, like, what was it when we started? Like, how did we even get into it? Was it a partnership? Was it really a marriage? Was it an agreement? Did we sign a contract just to do business? Like, what was it? Because that speaks volume in what's currently going on. I know we got like 15 minutes.
So true.
And we got another topic to get into, but thank y'all so much for chiming in about that, because of course we can go on and on about it because we see it every day. I mean, it ain't gonna stop.
It's not.
We see it every day. It's the norm. It's just becoming the norm, and it's just crazy. But we do have another topic that we have to get into, and it is with you, Dr. Real. What do we have tonight?
Dr. Real.
Talk about love don't live here anymore, like the great Diana Ross sang that song back in the day.
Ooh, love don't live here no more.
Does that go with my topic?
Love
it go with your topic. Sound like
anymore. And you want to understand the signs before you get to what J Money just talked about in her topic. I'm gonna give you the signs of what you can see in your marriage, your relationship. This could be friendship, A business partnership can relate to a lot of relationships, period. First, either constantly fighting or there's apathy, where I'm going out with the girls. All right. You just interested. You don't even care. Before that might have been. Now you're like, all right, then. She's like, why ain't coming home tonight? All right, then. Like you don't care no more. Or vice versa. It's over. Like I said, the mind is gone. The hearts might be around a little bit because we like to sit back and think about how.
Absolutely.
That's what keeps you there a lot of times. It's like, man, I done been, this woman know how to make my coffee. This man know how to make my barbecue. I don't feel like training nobody else how to do nothing. You know, they know me inside now. I don't feel like starting over. That keeps people around a lot when the sign on the wall is written in plain English, but we make it in a foreign language. We know it's there. We just don't want to admit to it because of those reasons. Or one or both of y'all don't want to seek any kind of counseling. Like, let's go to the tower. Maybe let's go to counseling. I'm good. You go ahead and go. I ain't even about that. You might as well go and get around. Or you always feel like you need a break from that person. I'm going to mama house this weekend. Like, you went to mama house last weekend. Yeah, but I'm going again this weekend. They do anything to get away from that person. Volunteer for overtime at work. Volunteer the soup kitchen.
That's true.
Do anything to not be around that person, period. Or make sure they conflict with his ships in the night. Or they sabotage your relationship. That's one party that's trying, but the other person is just throwing bombs, grenades at everything they try to do. The one partner tries to plan a romantic evening, the other person ain't interested. They'll find a way to make an attitude where a person get mad, and now they don't want to do it. So they sabotage the relationship because they're too cowardly to just tell the person they don't want to be there no more. So instead of being upfront and telling them, they're throwing grenades and bombs and damaging that person for the next partner in their life.
That's true. That's
you don't want to be there. Be real and talk about it. Each other, they don't talk about the future no more. It used to be all about us, and it was all about French, and then it became about me. Slowly but surely, your players ain't play together no more. You don't even hear the word future unless you're playing this song on the radio. You don't hear no future. It's a rap. You don't miss each other when you're apart. Your partner travels for business, and you glad they're gone. You hating when you gotta go pick them up from the airport. He's like, damn, they back again. You want to be away from the
right.
You have no compassion for each other. The person comes home with great news or bad news, and you're indifferent to it. Or they go to a friend about good news or bad news before they come to you. You should be their soulmate. You should be their confidant. Their best friend.
Yes.
You should be that person to them. If they go off and tell their homeboy Cletus about what's going on in their life before they tell you, Cletus about ready to leave. A relationship feels hopeless. You know there's nothing else left to do.
Nothing.
But because marriage is the ultimate business venture, you got your finances tied up with each other. So both of y'all go away, both of y'all struggling. What we gonna do? You got kids step. Man, what I'm gonna do? If I move out of this house, I know my child's program eat me alive. I'm living in a tent. Can't do it. So I'm gonna keep it until they old enough to graduate. But I done wasted that woman's life and mine because we could have been doing other people. So what I'm telling y'all folks is this: if you feel like any relationship, that's why I talk about vulnerability all the time. If you're vulnerable with somebody, you're willing to express yourself 100% and tell them the truth about how you really feel about stuff. But when we love a person, we sometimes sugarcoat things and not tell them what we really mean.
Absolutely. So, we do.
One thing, but you're on a totally different road. Or you have people planning to leave a relationship. They know they're done. The partner still thinks they're in love. The partner's in love, but you're already checked out.
I really
do. An actor to keep them, you keep just like kind of like a narcissist would do. You kind of keep baiting them to make them stay until your plan is ready to be placed. That happens for men and women. What you're doing is you're destroying that person for the next person. Then you wonder why all these hurt adults are walking around here because we do that to each other. Like this whole thing is perfect because accountability is the thing. If you see me not being romantic no more, or the justice ain't there, let's have an open conversation.
That part, Dr. Real, yes.
My feelings right now, because hurt feelings will heal. Your feelings will eventually heal, but when somebody is lying to you to preserve their life, that can destroy a person. Then you miss your soulmate because that person obviously wasn't it. But you miss that. You miss your soulmate because now all you're seeing is through the eyes of hurt. because someone wouldn't tell you that what we had, our time has come. My role in life is over. My character died. I got written out by the writer. It's over. I'm gone. Let that person go. Let that person go live the life they're supposed to be leading after you.
That's right.
You have no reason to keep them there. Stop destroying.
Yeah. You gotta be the adult. It's like Winna is saying, you gotta be the adult. Stop being children. I mean, you know, the thing about all this is that we spend a lot of time playing the guessing game, you know, when we pretty much, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I was watching this, I watched this podcast, and it's these guys, they're on Monday nights, and it's called Hood Conversations, Hood Combos or something. But the thing about it is they're so real within the stuff that they be saying. And when I saw it the other day, I actually I didn't catch it live. I caught the end of it, but I was listening to it, and they were just saying, you know, it's somebody out there for everybody.
It is.
And stop playing on people's intelligence. If you know mentally that you want to play games with somebody, it's somebody else out there that want to play games too. Go play with them. But how dare you already know the intentions of what this other person have, and you allow this person to be vulnerable, you know, like you say, Dr. Real, and open up and tell you all these things about them, only for you to use those same things against them. Like, that is the weakest soul on this earth, because you could have found you somebody else to go play with. Like, it's somebody out there for everybody. And if you're just adults and having an adult conversation and saying, hey, I'm just out here to play, give that other person the opportunity to say, you know what, either I want to play with you or I don't, and go find you somebody to play with.
But it's so many people that won't be upfront and honest with that. They won't. It's just, I don't know what today say. If I'm telling you, oh, I'm not looking for a relationship, you should, you know, understand that. But most people these days will not say that. They'll actually feed into what you said. Well, I'm out here. That's why I feel like women, we give up too much of us up front. Now, if I done gave you so much of me up front, now you can take that and use it however you want to use it, however you choose to use it. We give too much of us up front. Sit back and be quiet and peep out the scene. Then start feeding them like a spoon, little bit by little bit, so they can get to know you. But a lot of women, I was guilty of that at first, so I want to be honest. But we give too much up front, and they use that to their advantage. Instead of just going, like you said, Kesha, be with somebody, or you want to play games, she playing games too, so y'all play games together. But they don't do that.
Find somebody to play with. Absolutely correct. I know you got a quote for us also, Dr. Real.
Actually,
we're going to need.
I have two of them for you tonight.
Okay, let's hear it. Yeah, we're going to need that.
The worst person to try and talk some sense into is a person that has no sense of self. That's quote number one.
Ooh. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. You need to say that for the people in the back. So I didn't hear you.
The worst person to try and talk some sense into is a person that has no sense of self. And the second one is, the eyes are supposed to be the windows to the soul. Beware the ones that are tinted.
The doors of the church are open.
That was a lesson all in itself. I hope y'all got your pen and your paper out and you wrote that down. Because who he talking to? He talking to everybody.
Let's not put y'all on game. Be aware of what's going on.
I don't know about y'all, but I wrote it down. Like
you wrote it down. I got it on record. Look, I'm gonna clip that clip right there. I'm gonna edit that clip out, and I'm gonna play that clip over and over and over, and I'm sharing it everywhere.
Absolutely.
Like I said,
thank you for that.
Hide behind their eyes.
Absolutely. Real quick, guys. Again, if you're just tuning in, thank y'all so much for joining us tonight. Again, we're here every Wednesday night between the hours of 8 and 9 p.m.
Yes.
Don't hesitate to chime in with us. We love talking about these topics and making sure that we engage with you guys, and also just getting your feedback as well. One of the things that we want to talk about before we get out of here too is I want Robin to first introduce herself and let you guys know what she'll have coming up for us within the next week or so.
I can't wait, Robin.
Let's hear it.
All right, peeps. I am going to be doing a podcast starting next Thursday. It'll be every
Mm-hmm.
second and fourth Thursday, and it is called the Mamapreneur Podcast because I am a mama
Mm-hmm.
and I am a
Yes.
entrepreneur. And so
Mm.
this is going to be a platform where I can help not only showcase my businesses, but be able to help others who may not have access to kind of get theirs, spotlighted and to kind of discuss different areas of business. And if for those who want to even start a business, I'll have people on that even chime in about that, business credits, you name it, anything in regards to business and getting a business started. It will be discussed on the show. And so if you're interested in being spotlighted, please shoot me a
Mm.
DM and I'll be happy to chat with you. But I am very excited. I got some entrepreneurs that are ready to discuss business and talk about their businesses, and hopefully it will be a blessing to someone. So I am very excited. Thank you so
I
much
love
for
it.
the
Me
opportunity.
too.
I love
Thank you
it.
so much.
I'm excited. I'm really
Me
excited about
too.
it. So let me ask you this. So will you have like I know that you're an entrepreneur. I know that you do a lot of different things. Will you have things for them to purchase? Will you
Yes, ma'am.
have different tips, because I know you do a lot. So, like I said,
I
it's a
do.
treat. Y'all make sure you tune in. Like she said, she'll be here on Thursdays, and it starts next week, second and fourth Thursday. So she got a lot of things in store. And again, hit her up. You never know if you're that person that needs to be featured on here, and she can go ahead and lock you in
Well,
and get you on and discuss those things with you. So I think that's a really good thing. I'm excited about all the different podcasts that we're going to have starting here for the month of April. So you guys are all in for a really,
mm.
really good treat.
And I
I
just
can't
want
wait.
to tell you, my daughter is already going to be one of your viewers because she's a mommy of two, single mom of two, which is an entrepreneur.
Okay,
She
yeah.
can't wait
Yes.
for you to start your
I would love to
podcast.
I would love to have her
With
on.
that.
Yeah,
She will be
have her reach
there.
out to me.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will. I definitely will.
Somebody did it for
That's
me,
what it's about.
Kesha.
That's
Kesha.
what it's about.
I
That
can't look
that is what
I can't I'm not in front of you. She, the person who put me out of my comfort zone to be talking to y'all, never in a million years I thought that I will be on a podcast. And here we
Mm.
are today.
man.
Wait a minute.
I told God to knock my socks off in 2021. Here we are.
Did we
Knocking
get that
them
same conversation? Because you would have never saw me on no podcast.
I
And
love
I'm
it.
so loving it. I'm so loving it. That's why I'm branching out to my own. I love it. But did you have the same
in.
with the same person? Was her name Kesha?
Yeah.
See y'all, if y'all are
Yeah, she
tuning
took me out
in,
my comfort zone too, so don't feel bad.
yeah, if y'all are tuning in, this is what it's all about. It's about networking. And just like how we talked about earlier today, we can't choose the 5 people that need to be in your circle, or we
That's
can't
right.
choose what it is that you're trying to do. But everything that was said tonight, those people that's going to hold you accountable, those
Hmm.
people that's going to
Hmm.
push you, those people that's going to tell you when you're wrong, you know, get around those people and
Hmm.
and get comfortable with
Hmm.
getting uncomfortable,
Hmm.
because the more you challenge yourself, the more you grow, the more you learn, the
Absolutely.
more you know.
Absolutely.
So I
Right.
encourage that, to
Yes.
each and every one of you. Anybody want to give shout outs to anyone? We got about 2 minutes left. Anybody got some shout outs to
Yeah,
give? It's a
I
lot
want to
of
wish
people
my
on here
mom,
that I usually don't
uh,
see.
I want to wish my mother a happy 65th birthday
Happy
today.
birthday,
Way
mother.
Happy
big birthday.
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 And also, being this is the last day of International Women's Month, I just want to tell all the women who were sent to destroy me and those who molded me, I appreciate you. I love
Yes. Happy Women's Month.
you. For the rib to us, we love you, and I mean that to wholeheartedly because the rib protects the heart. So understand, we love you.
That's right.
We got you. To my sisters, you already know what it is.
Already.
I just want to give a shout
Anybody
out
else?
to everybody who's on this podcast. You guys are the reason why we're still here. We're still rocking with you. That we're still we even know who we are. Because without you guys, I wouldn't even be able to branch off on my own. Because people are saying, "Hey, you good on there? Let me check you out on the other one." So let me just give out a shout out to those who've been rocking with us from day one. Our
Yes.
day ones. OMG. And I already know Dr. Real's wife is our one of our day ones. So
That's
I
my
just want to give her a
girl.
shout out. That's my
Damn,
girl.
Hi, Dr. Real's
that's my
wife.
girl.
She
Yep.
just had a birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yes.
She just
Happy
had
Yes.
a
birthday,
birthday.
wifey.
Party the whole month, girl.
Happy
Yes.
birthday.
Happy
Absolutely.
birthday.
All right. Well, y'all, it's the 9 o'clock hour and we are out of time. And as I always say, we ain't got to go home, but we definitely got to get the hell up out of here. But y'all already know with power, you are.
What?
You.
Speak.
All right, y'all.
Okay, we
Since she
almost
new
got
to
it.
it, we gotta break her in. We gotta break her
Sorry.
in.
Sorry.
We did best as we could. We did best as we could. I'm gonna give it a 5. I'm gonna give
Happy
it a
Easter,
5,
everybody.
y'all.
Happy
But
Easter.
Happy Easter,
everybody have a
everybody.
good night and be safe. Peace out. Good night.
Good night.
Robert was like,